Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Stylistpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Damali Fils. And so today we are talking about life in Chicago. So I did a survey on Instagram, and the majority of you guys wanted to know how my life has been since I moved to Chicago. So I moved to Chicago for my husband's job, for anyone who does not know, about 4 months ago. So you could have never told me that I'd be living in Chicago. Like you couldn't. Like we visited Chicago maybe like 6 years ago, just for an event with my husband's job, and it was never on my radar. It was never one of those places where I'm like, I'm gonna move to Chicago. I mean, it was nice to come get the pizza, but when I came, it was like 30 degrees and wet. We have had some of those days since I've been here. When you tell people you're moving to Chicago, the first thing they mention is the weather. I've lived in New York, and that's usually my response. Like, hey, I lived in New York. I know that it's going to be cold. I've been in the cold. And most people will be like, well, Chicago's cold. It's different. I am making it happen. It's working out. Overall, Chicago has been good. I honestly have no complaints, not even the cold. We prefer the city, my husband and I. We prefer a faster paced vibe. We prefer places that are more diverse. And that's something that we've been able to have since being in Chicago. While we're here, since the 4 months that we've been here, we've already been tourists. We have had a chance to visit the majority of the tourist spots. So we have been to the Navy Pier. We've been to see the bean. Actually, I just drove past it. Listen, I am not stopping to see the bean in 30 below weather. And honestly, all the other tourists were there. So I waved at it. I saw it. Possibly in the summer, I'll go back to get that photo. But as of right now, in the winter in Chicago, I do not. I do not need a picture. I'm sorry, I don't. Even like our family that has visited, they were not. I'm from Florida. We are from Florida. We are true Floridians. Nobody wanted to brave the cold. We have been lucky. I know I get the question all the time, do you miss your family? And I always say no, not to be mean, but just because I get the opportunity to see my family on a regular basis, they always have the chance to come visit. So, no, I don't miss my family. And you know what? I'm going to get a drink of water. I just put the kid to bed. So I'm having my glass of water and lemon. I'm currently not drinking alcohol because I'm trying to be sexy in the summer, y'all. So I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm consuming all my water and my BCAAs and my protein shakes. So cheers to some lemon water. Okay, have you some. So we've been to all the tourist spots. Let me see. I got my list. I want to forget anything. So we've been to the Wrigley Field. I'm not too far from the Wrigley Field. Saw the bean, been to the Lincoln Park Zoo, actually a few times. It's really nice. Great place to take your kids. Let's see. So we've been to the Color Factory. We've been to another museum called, I want to say it's WNDR. It's an interactive museum. If you like fun stuff, you like to be within the culture of things, like check out that museum. I like it. We took the whole family. August loved it. Let's see what else. I said the Navy Pier, like literally all the tourist spot. I've been able to have a chance to visit him just because we have had family in town. My mom, my mother-in-law, let's see, my aunt and a niece of my husband has had a chance to visit us all during the winter. They survived, but they all said that they would much rather come back during the summer. So I'll see them during the summer. We've had the Chicago food. So we've been to 3 different pizza places. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I am a skinny girl foodie. I love to eat. So we've been to Giordano's, Luminati's, and Pequod's. So I am not a ooey gooey, cheesy, thick pizza girl. I'm not. I'm more of a New Yorker when it comes to the pizza. Okay. Give me some thin crust, a big old slice, but this much, a whole pound of cheese, a whole layer of pizza, I don't need. But I have tried it. I'm a good sport. I'm going to try it. But out of those three, I did like Illuminati's, or actually, no, I'm so sorry. I like Pequod's. Pequod's, I felt like it had a lot of flavor. I felt like I got more dough versus the cheese. It was still thick, but it was more so the dough and not the cheese. Let's see. And so when my aunt was here, now I'm a foodie, but my auntie is a foodie times 10. Okay. Like I literally ate with her and got tired. Like, auntie, I don't want no more food. I don't want to eat. I don't want to see food. Like, let's just stop. So we actually went to a really good breakfast place with my aunt. It's called Batter and Berries. It's Black owned in Lincoln Park. Loved it. When my mother-in-law came, I took her as well, and we went 2 days in a row. It's not cheap. I will tell you that, but if you go, you will be satisfied. It's really good. Listen, I can eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, all the above. And so as far as adapting to Chicago, I would say this is my fourth move for my husband's job. So I've learned to adapt quickly. In all honesty, it's never easy. It's never easy because while it is for the better of the whole entire family, it does mean I'm leaving behind my clients. It does mean I'm leaving what is considered normal. I'm leaving a routine. I'm leaving a comfort zone. And so while I've been able to adapt when it comes to work, when it comes to being a hairstylist, now that has been tough. Chicago, why? Why does it take forever to transfer your hair license here? I've been waiting, not one, not two, not three, but 4 months for my license to be approved here. I've called more than once, a few times, and nobody can give me an answer as to why. So first off, you won't approve me and you can't tell me why, and you don't have anybody qualified to tell me why. Oh, Lord, I digress. I digress. So instead of working in a salon, I have just been taking care of myself. I've been working out with my fitness coach. Shout out to Unika. Your girl is down about 8 pounds. Hello. I will be ready for Chicago summer because I heard it's lit. I heard Chicago summer is where you want to be. They say do not leave. If you're going to leave Chicago, leave during the winter, but not the summer. So don't tell my husband, but I'm wearing bodycon dresses all summer. All summer, back out, fitted. She will be snatched for the summer. Now, after the summer, I don't know. After this, I will be fit for the summer, but after that, I can't promise. I'm making no promises at all because I'll be eating comfort food. Yeah. But otherwise, August, I know everybody loves August. August has adjusted well. August, I believe in his heart and his spirit that he is a city boy. August loves, so I'll talk about August in the apartment. August loves looking out the window. You can see airplanes out of our windows. The view from our window versus our house in Sarasota. We still have our house. We are renting it out. Hashtag passive income. So we're renting a house out, but here in Chicago, we have a great view. We can actually see the lake from our apartment. You can see the planes going back and forth. You see a million planes a day. Luckily, August has gotten tired of seeing the planes because when we first moved here, airplanes. So it's like, Lord, are you not tired? And we moved from looking at the airplanes outside to looking at the airplanes on YouTube. Not cartoons, not Coco Melon, but actual real life airplanes taking off at the airport on YouTube. But he has since then moved on to city cars. So now we love to look at the city buses, fire trucks, police cars, all those good things. Oh, and the train. He loves the train. Train. He can barely say it, but he loves looking at the trains. And let's see. So the hubby has as well adapt. Listen, I tell people all the time, you can throw my husband in the desert and he will adapt. Okay. He will tell you it's not hot. He will tell you he's not thirsty and that he is perfect. He is fine. Okay. I'll be over there thirsty and hot, trying to take my clothes off, and he'll be over there fully dressed, mouth not dry because he can adapt, which is why he's done so well in his job. He's loving the new position. He's loving being in the city, loving being with a more diverse crowd, loving being with a younger crowd. So that's been really nice. And since we've had family visit us, we've had a chance to go on some dates. Okay, because when you have a little one, sips my water. When you have a little one, it is hard. It's hard to date. It's hard to go out. You live in a new place and it's like, okay, I don't have anybody. We don't know anybody here. So, or let me get to that. I do know a few people, but not anybody that's just like, okay, let me drop my kid off and let me just, say, hey, I'll see you later. So with family being here, we've been able to go to a holiday party. We've been able to go to dinners, the movie. Yeah, we've been able to hang out. So that's been really nice. So family members, when are you coming back? Uh, and speaking of knowing people, so luckily, every time we have moved, I've known somebody. And so a lot of people, as far as being a traveling hairstylist, are always like, well, how do you build a clientele? Listen, I had a list of about 5 people before I moved to Chicago that were going to be potential clients that I had known from college, USF Go Bulls, that were already clients in the past when I lived in Tampa. So they were already like, you're moving to Chicago? Girl, let me know when you set up shop because I will be there. Chicago, they are waiting for me. House calls until then. So yeah, I knew a few people. I have had a chance to go on a few brunch dates. I actually have 3 hair friends here. Shout out to Jessica Wilson. She did my hair back in Tampa. My girl can do a silk press. I know a lot of y'all out here saying that you can do a silk press, but baby, you have not met Jessica Wilson. She does an amazing job. She's here in Chicago. I have a friend that I went to hair school with. Shout out to Kay. She is a salon coach for Salon Centric. Who knew that position existed? I did not know. Why didn't y'all tell me? Okay. So I've asked her to be on the show, fingers crossed. Okay. We're checking it out, seeing if it's fine that she's been on the show. If so, stay tuned for that. I will let you know. I'll keep you updated. And one other hair friend that I have, her name is Kyra Brown. Shout out to my girl. Kyra and I have been friends on social media for years. It may have been like 10 years. And I have been following her. I love her. I support her. She is doing her thing. She has a salon here in Chicago. And we actually had a chance to meet in person for the first time after all these years of following each other on social media. So listen, I may be new to Chicago, but I know some people. Okay. So I have gotten out. I love to brunch. I love to eat. But Chicago, y'all charging. Brunch is expensive. But it's good, so it's worth it. Other than that, let's see. I'm gonna check my list, y'all, because I don't want to forget anything. Oh, one other thing, which was really cool. So I don't know if you have any of those relatives, your parents, your aunties, that are always like, oh, well, you have a cousin, a relative, or somebody that lives there. And so apparently, my dad, his cousin, has a daughter that lives here, and I have had a chance to meet up with her. So I guess I do have a cousin. Listen, I'm doing a lot of talking and I'm thirsty, guys. Gotta, wet that throat. But I have a cousin. So we actually went to a restaurant downtown called Kitchen and Cocktails, also Black owned. Come on, Black people. So I met up with her. We had a nice little brunch, chit chatted up. She's super sweet. So guys, I know people here. I've been getting out, and although I can't, legally do hair, don't tell nobody. I've been making a few house calls. My neighbors are amazing. And I'll end with this. So one of the most important things when moving to Chicago was where we were gonna live. So we looked all over. We came a few months before we were moving to check out a few places. And the last place that we saw, we were like, how much does it cost? Listen, there is a difference. And Florida prices and Chicago prices, there's a big difference. But we saw this place, and when I tell you, I was like, oh, I love this place. And thankfully, we have loved it. So first off, we saw that there were kids in the building. That was really important to us. Listen, when moving, August was the priority. Before we even found a place to live, we found a daycare. So we landed that, thank God, because listen, everybody's having babies. And there is usually a long wait list to get these kids into daycare. Thankfully, we didn't have a wait, and we got August right in. So our first week of living in our apartment, August got invited to a birthday party. I'm like, wow, like literally back in Sarasota, the only birthday parties that we got invited to were like close friends and family. So for our neighbors, even the daycare, we've been to a few birthday parties. So that's been the best part that, August is the only child right now or possibly forever. And so he's been having some buddies. He's been having play dates. I've been able to go on little coffee dates with the moms. And actually, I've been turning them into clients. So listen, when you move somewhere new, babe, you got to network. You got to have your hair done, which, I've been slacking on, but I'm gonna get it together. And that's been one of the better parts about being in Chicago is that the adjustment has been easy, that we're making it work. So yeah, that is my life in Chicago. And for anybody that's considering relocating, doing something new, starting a new job, I'm gonna take it back to my childhood and when I lived with my mom. So I'd be like, Mom, I don't feel good. I can't go to school today. And so listen, Mama Eunice, Miss Eunice, she did not play. So she would be like, you know what? Just go. See how you feel when you get there. And so of course I would have to go. So needless to say, I did not miss a lot of school, whether I was sick or not, because Miss Eunice didn't play. So with that being said, go try it out. We are trying Chicago out. My husband's job literally told us, if you don't like it in 6 months, you can move. I really don't think they meant that. We're going to make it work. We're here. We are loving it. I know we're going to love it even more when the summer comes. Okay. But yeah, don't be afraid of change. Run to it, try it. And guess what? If it doesn't work out, you can always go back. I still have my house in Florida. I can always go back. But I don't plan on it. I plan on making Chicago work. Thank you for tuning in. This is my life. I move around for my husband's job. I am a traveling hairstylist, a relocating hairstylist, whatever you want to call me. That's what I am. And I am embracing my story. Okay. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Have an amazing day. And I will be having more episodes coming. So stay tuned. And thank you.